Oh, hey, everybody. How's it going out there in the internet? It's time for Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide, the Warring Triad event. It is semi-final match time. We're down to only 5 teams. 5? No, I can't count. 4 teams. 4 teams in the bracket here. And tonight, we are doing our very first match. From the left-hand side of the bracket, we have Team Minerva, who is 3-3 during the group phase, with nobodywar representing their team, facing off against Team GrandTrain, who is in first place in their group, going 5-1 during the group phase. I am joined by a couple of cool cats here on commentary. First, we have recent winner propelling his team, Team Doomgaze, into the semi-final round. Honeydew, how's it going, honey?
Doing fantastic. Looking forward to this match.
And then we've got some more fresh meat for you here today. We have Avane. Thank you for hopping in and helping us out with commentary. Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Glad to be here. Glad I could help out.
All right, so what are we going to be doing today? We are doing Goddess's Edict, and that means that we've got to find 7 characters and 10 espers. We start with 4 characters. We do potentially get some cool new status ailments from defeating dragons. 3 for auto shell, 4 for auto haste, or both of them if you do the save the injured lad quest. It's not really saving, it's just doing him favors basically. It is auto overcast and auto condemned, which is part of the goddess spiel after 7 checks. We're going to go heavy on magic, except for fire magic and ice magic, and the item rewards are your traditional defensive fare. So, honey, tell us a little bit about, what usually that means for a Goddess Edict flag set here.
Main thing you can expect out of Goddess Edict is I expect the runners to go in 2 very different directions, because 4 characters gives you a very huge sphere 0. And it can almost be overwhelming at first. Like, sometimes you'll have seeds where you have 18 to 20 different checks available to you right off the bat. And it feels like it can take a year to find your first character. So, I think one of the big thing that's going to be the biggest identity of a lot of these races is what kind of routing is everybody going to do.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, we're definitely going to have some divergence, especially I know nobodywar likes to do some very fun things during his intro, so I'm expecting to see a lot of fireworks there.
Yeah, it can go a lot of ways. It's as soon as you load up and see your 4 characters, you get a lot of decision making to do.
Yeah, and we'll be here to analyze it for everybody. We're going to get the race started in just a second. But any other insights you guys can give me as to, what we're going to see for Goddess tonight?
I think, I hope the runners are thinking, I hope there's a good Terra or something like that in the party, because those instant treasures, that's where it's at. They want the most treasure, and that's the best check for treasure in my view, at least.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. If no matter what 4 characters you start with, if one of them is Terra, you probably go on Steelgate first. So while you run through there, that'll give you time to think about what you're gonna do the rest of the run, because it's kind of autopilot first check.
All right, and we're starting off with +3 boss levels, +6 dragon levels, and we know we've got Realm, but we have Shadow with Soratech and Throw with Cyan. Wow. This is a hefty early party to start here.
Yeah, that is a lot of lures. I saw Sour Mouth. I don't know if I saw any offensive ones. The Sword Tech Throw. Oh yeah, it's about to be lit. Gonna tear this first boss to pieces and keep on going after it.
Looks like boshnasty immediately heading to Gal Manor here, getting an Esper, taking some free checks underneath his belt. And sure, I'll have some shurikens, please.
81's a little much, but
yeah, if you need more than, I would say 40 is the most I've ever used, but if you need more than 30, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, might use about 21 of those. But Hey, better safe than sorry. It's cheap as can be.
Yeah, what else is interesting here is that we do have Sword Tech Shadow and we have Cyan, and wow, that's an experience egg in the Returner's hideout. So how quickly are we going to do Cyan's Dream here?
Well, we've got a Sword Tech, we've got Cyan. I'd say that would be a high priority early game because, especially the level 7, the Slice, that is really good when you get in the pinch.
Yeah, I wouldn't be baited into it too early until you find some type of magic-based offense. I mean, we do have throw, but actually, I changed my mind. In this particular case, since we have throw and an EXP egg, maybe do a little grinding outside of Doma Castle, do Doma Siege, then go right into Doma Dream.
Yeah, we do also have Yeti in the party, and Yeti is usually good for an early Coliseum dip, and I know with Goddess flag sets especially, we're going to have a much more difficult time finding what we're going to need for offense, although honestly, with the starting commands we have Realm with Lore, some fixed dice there in the basement too, Sword Tech, Shadow, and Throw Cyan. I don't think we might have to even go there.
Yeah.
There, I don't see many like this since I've been watching the.
Yeah, they have to be breathing a sigh of relief, and these flag sets, you always wonder how you're going to deal with the statues. Throw gets past every statue's gimmick, and Sword Tech 7 gets past every statue's gimmicks. Just got to get one more character online, and endgame is solved. And the third character could be just Realm with a non-elemental spell. As endgame's looking mighty solved, just gotta see who can get to endgame first.
Alright, so boshnasty clearing out World of Balance Nourish here. If I saw this party, I would get my elemental skeins and my shurikens as fast as possible, and then just start going to do checks. So we'll see when our runners feel that they have enough to start going to do some stuff here.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make an interesting decision. Didn't see if the other player got the XP egg, but since in returners, I'm assuming they'll both get it. Basically, you have two options right now. You put it on the thrower and absolutely shred early game, or you put it on your sword tech person and they'll be like level 50 by the end of the game. I think in this case, I would put it on the thrower. Because, go ahead.
The thrower too, mainly because you can have Cyan, you can go do the dream and put out all the sword techs.
Exactly what I was thinking. The Sword Tech 7's a lock, so and really you only have to be like low 40s for it to be super effective. Putting the XP egg on the thrower, and it gives you a good early game, good mid game, good late game. Whereas putting it on the Sword Techer, that's more so it's gonna give you like good like middle to late-ish.
There are 6 dice at the shop over there.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobodywar didn't see if Realm could even use the Enhancer, because the Enhancer's +7 magic power, and we know with Realm with Lore, did we see the Lore list? I think, Honey, you had mentioned we saw it briefly.
I didn't see anything that jumped out. I didn't see GrandTrain or anything like that.
I wasn't able to see if they had any offensive ones. All I saw was Sour Mount, which, that'll let you beat Katana Soul and be able to mute things that could be muted. But hopefully there's at least one offensive one in there, because early magic will get you going.
But Umaro just got fixed dice from nobodywar. I've never seen that before.
It's Gamble and Yeti time, folks. The bad thing about having fixed dice with Umaro is that sometimes he'll use that body slam instead of the regular fight. And body slam, the damage of that is based on the battle power of your weapon, and the battle power of fixed dice is actually 1. So it's not ideal to do the body slam there. There are some thunder shields for sale for boshnasty, but he's going to spend his money on rods here, especially because we cannot get any fire magic in the seed, as we mentioned earlier. So picking up a good couple of fire rods there is a really good idea.
Yeah. I also believe we haven't found any fire schemes. Oh, as I say that, nobodywar finds them. But yeah, you want those fire rods in case Triads or somebody shows up. Or even a Doom Gaze. That'll cut like 2-3 minutes off of that fight, just having 2 fire rods.
So what might be interesting here, as we do see nobodywar taking off the Moogle Charm for some of these grind fights, there isn't much in terms of free progression. We did see the Esper at Gal Manor, but that's it with the characters that we have. Unless you want to do Mount Zozo, where you don't have to fight the dragon, but you certainly can if you'd like to, and maybe that might be an option for our runners, given how much offense we have out of the gate early here. But Floating Continent is looking pretty nice, but I think Cyan's Dream is probably the way to go, considering we've got our sword tech user, and we have Cyan in the party.
Yeah, real talk, do all 3 of the Cyan checks, let's say.
Not to mention you can get a character in there and 2 other checks.
Yep. So Organ Dude pointed out in chat that we do have Quasar on our lures, so there's Realm solved for the seed pretty much, because Quasar is one of the most powerful lures that you can get. So that'll be an easy thing for her to do. So we just need to find really a 4th character, because our 3 characters, we already know what they're going to do for the entire game.
Never know, they could take Yeti all the way. I've seen nobodywar do it before.
If we find, an offering. So now that we have, all right, I know, Guy. I know that Mern's monsters are in chests. Get out of my way. Does this incentivize going towards the monster in a box checks since we have that fixed dice? I think out of the characters we have now, we've got Floating Continent and Velt Cave and Umaro's check. Those are the 3 besides this classroom that have monster in a boxes. As boshnasty finds the fixed dice in the basement after buying himself one, I believe.
Yeah, it's as soon as you buy something expensive, it shows up right away.
That's what Genji Glove is for.
If you would like the seed to take forever, yes, you could Genji Glove fixed dice if you really, really wanted to.
Yeah, I just like that safety blanket. Genji Glove fixed dice will beat anything, eventually. Yeah, last thing you want is to be walled in a seed that looks like it has correct offense like this.
Alright, so it looks like nobodywar has made his choice. He's heading up to the top of Narsh, so a dragon plus Tritalk, which is Esper item, and then a Yeti. I don't think we peeked what was in the Yeti hole. Is that correct, guys?
I didn't see anyone peek it, no.
No, he didn't peek it, so must have just been hard committed to coming here. Which, I mean, it's a very dense, high-value check, so... whether it's giving you your first 2 Magicites or a character, it's probably just worth to come in here. And also being on the, monster in the box hunt. Probably wasn't going to skip this one no matter what was here.
Did not even need the fire rod there. Yeti throwing out some high rolls.
Yeah, scaling is currently at either 0 or 1. Probably 1, because it might have done Shadow's free one.
Well, it's definitely at 1 now, because all dragons count as checks. And we didn't mention it earlier on, but the Kefka Tower skip is at 8 characters, or 13 espers, or 25 checks. I think if we're going to see a skip this seed, it's going to be of the 8 character variety for sure.
Yeah, the others are tall order.
Oh, well, yeah. Here's where we can use those fire rods.
Yeah, veteran move, run buffering so Yeti doesn't hit the enemy and do a counter attack. It may seem like it's taking forever because you keep getting that can't run away prompt. I don't think it affects her ATB at all, and either way, the counter animations can be insanely long, so run buffering when you got a Yeti is to play 100% of the time. Don't hesitate.
Well, boshnasty has purchased Zenfi for Minerva, but has also seen that there are offerings for sale in the relic shop in Tizen World of Balance there. So we've got our fixed ice offering already potentially online for Yeti, for boshnasty. He's just got to go get some of that Skrilla in order to afford it.
Yeah, another unique trait of the Goddess flag set is so most of the high tier items that drop are just armors, and every one of those armors sells for an absolute boatload. And after like 2 dead checks and 2 dragons, you got all the armor you need. So it's not uncommon to have over 100,000 gil worth of stuff to sell, like even mid game in his seed, in his flex it.
Interesting. Nobodywar not going for the monster in a box here. And we'll see what the reward here is at Yeti. So we did get an Esper out of Try Talk. Let's see what's on it. Gear 2, but I'll take Golem any day of the week.
Dude, shoutouts to nobodywar being level 17, 12 minutes in. That dragon fed him nicely.
And didn't even need the fire rod either. Could save it for Chad, because that Chad fight could have gotten nasty really fast.
Oh yeah, that Chad experience also. Actually, that's probably why nobodywar is not doing monsters in the boxes. He has to feel insanely strong right now, and he just wants to blast through everything. There's only a few gimmick bosses that could slow him down.
There's that Quasar coming out.
Yeah, Realm is already doing 1,000 damage with Quasar. And we just started the seed.
Yeah, destroying arms first, it'll make throws do double damage because it'll be a single target opponent, and you cut down on so much enemy animation time. Like, getting rid of the arms to not have to endure the enemy animations is such a big time save.
Yeah, so this should probably do it. There it is. Another Esper for nobodywar. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah, nope.
Yeah,
Nobodywar's playing this one really aggressive, and I like it because, to be honest, he has all the power he needs to get Kefka Tower unlocked. You don't have to stop for nothing. I'd go straight in the dream if I was him. It's like, what do you got to be scared of?
Yeah, so we did see shurikens for sale at Gal Manor, which nobodywar did not visit yet, whereas boshnasty did for their first Esper. And it looks like we're doing Owzer's Mansion here.
Oh. The fact that he didn't do the free check is interesting. I think he wanted the scaling to be lower so he could bop the dragon in these early boss fights quicker. And now that he's got the power behind him, he could do the free checks guilt-free and not worry about the scaling. So that's heads up play for him. He wanted the easier early game bosses, and it paid off because he 1 or 2 turned everything he fought.
Alright, so it looks like nobodywar is going for dragons here. Remember, 3 dragons is auto shell, and 4 dragons is auto haste. We can access pretty much 3 of them in the checks of characters that we have. 2, and the Opera House dragon's relatively straightforward to fight as well.
Yeah, yeah, it makes me wonder how aggressive is he gonna go with this dragon hunting? Does he swing by Opera right after this? Whenever you get auto shell, shell's one of the most underrated buffs in the game because it takes a little time to cast it. But if you just have it automatically, you feel so safe. Like all of a sudden, the little random schemes being thrown at you and random abilities the enemies have. You have a lot less time, so you're just getting bopped randomly. Counterattacks from like Fun Baba or whatever. Yeah, and he's gonna check to see if a good Magicite's here first, then run back and get the 60 magic points from the dragon. And we'll see if that pays off, if that was a good Magicite.
At least it wasn't another piece of armor.
Yeah, it's a heads up play. They have times where you do the dragon first, then you run out here, you get the Magicite, and you see something with a ×1 or ×2 learn rate, and you're like, oh, I should have got this before the dragon. And now he's heading back. Yeah, it's nice as the experience from the dragons is, one way you can misroute is wasting the magic points from them. Because you always assume you're gonna get more magic points later, but then you'll fight like 4 Ultroses and a Dataluma back to back. Is that strength +2?
That was strength +2. That's very juicy.
Oh, hey there, Glue.
Hello.
Alrighty, so strength +2, that sword tech user is gonna be absolutely slapping. Yeah, I didn't see if it had any good spells on it, but if there is, whoever has it can like learn the spells from this really quick and then swap it over to the sword taker or the thrower, and they'll be hitting for like over 10k by the end.
Well, he put it on his Cyan, so I assume his Cyan has throw, and yes, indeed. Forgive my ignorance. I literally just got home from something, and yeah, now I am here. Hope all is well.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm very prepared and on-time announcer tonight.
Just to get you up to speed. Yeah, they have an EXP egg, sword tech, thrower. Yeti's running wild. Don't have a peek on the first Sphere 0 character yet, so still searching everywhere for that. Yeah, it's anybody's game at the moment. They're going in completely opposite directions.
Well, just looking at the check counter, nobodywar is up to 5-6 checks. That Bosch a little behind. But nobodywar going riding the Doma Dream. I like this. He's ahead of his scaling. He's not getting much resistance. There's no better time than the present to be aggressive. So let's see if this pays off for him here. Plus, you know, he has Yamaro. Yamaro has never once in the history of Final Fantasy VI betrayed a runner that trusted him. And that tradition will hold up here for nobodywar.
I'm thinking we're going to find our first character in Doma Dream.
Yeah. One of the things with the goddess flags is because you start with 4 characters. You're taking one character out of the pool of checks, plus you're adding a finite amount of checks. So it's really, you know, really hard to find the first character. It's going to take you longer. With 4 characters, you're going to have like about, on average, 11 possible checks that can have a character. And if there's only one character in those pool of checks, you know, you got to go through all 11 of them sometimes. Sometimes, as you know, it's gonna take a while. So it's, you know, even though nobodywar is a little more piece of progression, if Bosch can stumble across the character first and get on that character train, he can make his way through the seed a lot faster and really put some space between him and nobodywar here.
And speaking of double, I was just talking about Fun Baba. Saying as one of the bosses, it'd be nice to have auto shell against if you would have went to Opera Dragon. But considering how far he is ahead of scale and Fun Baba doesn't appear to be threatening, his both twos are doing under 100.
So, Avane, I apologize if I mispronounced your name, but we do have a little game we like to play with Schwantz where we determine a code word, and when we secretly say that code word, we make him do whatever we want to do. I think he's AFK, so we can discuss that now. Usually we do this before the stream, but we can do it now if y'all want to.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm down. How's it work?
Yeah, let's what code word should we use?
Pancakes.
Pancakes. That is a good one. All right, so we'll have the code word pancakes. When he gets back from being AFK, we will determine what we want him. Oh, there he goes. There, he's back. He's back. He knows the game. All right, so we'll learn here real fast what's in Doma Dream, because if it's a character, we'll see the sprite running across the top of the train like he's running to get some pancakes from the breakfast cart. No, it's not. It's not a character. It's a merchant sprite. So we're getting guaranteed Esper here for nobodywar, but
all right,
need quite a few Espers.
All right, so what we got left is Kefka at Narsh, and I don't believe anybody's peaked Esper Mountain yet. And if it's not Esper Mountain, then
This
Kind
is
of got.
this is what happens when I let you guys cook. Is you just you go ahead and throw some pancakes on it. There you
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, a floating continent looking real nice right about now, considering we haven't found our next character yet, huh?
Yeah. One of the things with having 4 character starts and minimal spots for characters, they do tend to get forced into those automatic pieces of progression, like the end of MTech, Fnatic's Tower, Dome in this case, and then Fnatic's Tower, or excuse me, Floating Continent. So there's a good chance that they could be up there floating around.
Yeah, this wouldn't be a bad time to go because while you're ahead of scaling, you have that 4 boss fight gauntlet.
Yeah. In Final Fantasy VI, the great equalizer is your levels. The more levels you have, the more damage you will do, the more likely you are to survive fights, etc., etc., etc. All the good stuff happens to you when you're a higher level than what you are fighting. The inherent risk of floating continent is you have to travel quite a bit before you can figure out what you're going to fight and can it kill you. But again, if you have more levels than it, there's a better chance that you will survive that fight. So no time like the present.
Not to jinx, but between Sword Tech 7 and Throw, Force Shield, I don't think many things can kill him. So yeah, you should be afraid. Should be afraid of any chick.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with nobodywar, I will tell you right now, and I will wager any amount of money, anything in my possession, that nobodywar is afraid of nothing. This man, ladies and gentlemen, he will take any chance he can. He will let nothing stand between him and what he wants to do. Now, sometimes it may not always work out, but in Final Fantasy VI, the aggressor is typically rewarded, and you can see that tonight. He's way ahead of scaling. He's putting a little distance between himself and Bosch, although Bosch is about to do all of his Yumaro stuff now.
Yeah, nobodywar is one of the veterans of the scene. He's seen it all. He's done it all. There's nothing left that can scare him. He's like, I'm too old to get shook.
Yeah, so
this game can't surprise him anymore. And there's the auto overcast. Now it might get a little lit.
Yeah, so Tritalk was the guaranteed Esper, and there's another possibility for an Esper to be up here on the throne, or it will be a piece of equipment like a Minerva, which is a very nice piece of equipment to have.
That's one of the better pieces of armor you can find.
Yeah, especially in War and Triads. Whoever can wear that, they'll be safe against Chicken and Goddess. Well, as safe as you can be. They always have something they could pull out against you. He scooches the airship over a little bit to the east and goes right into Veld Cave. I always like doing Veld Cave right after Doma Dream. They're right next to each other.
So Realm could wear that Minerva. That's very, very nice because only 2 people in the vanilla game can wear the Minerva, and then in these flags, and most flag sets characters typically have about a 1 in 3 chance of wearing something that they couldn't wear in the vanilla game. So that's huge that somebody can wear it. It's really frustrating when you get, pieces of equipment like a Minerva or Fixed Ice and you have nobody can wear them. But he's got 2 characters that are not vanilla that can wear those, and it's pretty huge.
I also noted that Realm was using cyan swords.
Oh yeah. Cyan swords are they're very nice to throw, but they're not the best equipped. But they do give you a little bit of evasion, so there is that.
Yeah, Chet brings up a good point. There was a 2 dead check Doma Dream. Here's the thing: if that happened to me in a race that started like this, and we have a sword tech user, I wouldn't care at all how many dead checks there are because everybody in a race is gonna do it. Like it could be a 30-person async, all 30 people would do Doma Dream, so I wouldn't feel behind by those results.
Yeah, plus that gives him access to Sword Tech 8, which is going to come really in handy in some boss fights like Ghost Train and Senior Behemoth. And we got Mog on Cave on the Belt. That is character number 5. That is the first character we have unearthed, and that's very interesting for nobodywar.
Yeah, we're gonna find out at this point. Will he kick Yeti out? If he doesn't, then I'm assuming he's keeping Yeti all the way to Kefka.
But let me tell you, again, nobodywar. is a bigger Yamaru enthusiast than myself, and that's saying something. So I think Yamaru is staying.
It actually depends on what Moggs brings to the table. If he's got the best command.
Well,
He has the item command that makes him better than Yeti.
yeah, we do have the two. Other than maybe lore, but we do have two of the S tier abilities in Sword Tech and Throw already. So that really decreases the pool of things Mog can have. So it's really limited. He's really down to lore or jump and things that may make him want to switch him out for somebody. But I know nobodywar. That man was my sensei once upon a time, my Yamaru sensei, and he will not betray the code.
I don't know. It's Warren Triads, though. Sadly, this isn't one of Yeti's best flag sets.
Oh, they're all Yamaru's best flag sets. What are you talking about?
He has his limitations in Ultros League, and Warren Triads even more so. Like this ain't his battlefield. This ain't his arena. Like the statues just hard counter him so hard.
Yeah. So Sword Tech 7 right now only doing 600 to swing, but that will grow exponentially so fast as his characters level up. Keep in mind, 600 damage now, 30 minutes from now, it may not be uncommon for him to do a 2500 to swing. Yeah, so with that fixed dice for his Yamaru, he's not even checking Mog's ability. My dog, all right, that's it. This race is over. And he pets the dog. Oh my goodness. Stay still, my beating heart.
How can you not cheer for this person?
Yeah, nobodywars Twitch stream is in the chat. Please go follow that man. Please subscribe to that man. Send him gift cards to Amazon, IHOP, where he gets some pancakes. Wherever he likes to eat. That man deserves it all.
My prediction was either he replaces Yeti now or replaces him never. It looks like we're leaning towards never.
So Abane, what is your experience with Yamaru? I know you're relatively new to the community, but I assume you have some Final Fantasy VI experience. So
Oh yeah, I played that on the Super Nintendo growing up back in the 90s. My experience with Umaru, primarily I would use him when I had to go up the Magi Tower because he doesn't use magic and he just stomps through it. Get to the Magi Master, I just cast Life 3 on everybody. Everybody would have wall rings, and I would just let him go ham.
Yeah, so that is most people's general use case for him. And he only gets better in Worlds Collide because we have a flag called Equipable Yamaru, in which Yamaru's, it has a snow muffler by equipment on default, which you can get from some other sources in the game and throw on Gao and throw on Mog. But then Equipable Yamaru lets him to, have his snow muffler plus some other stuff. And then whatever percentage of items that can be equipable by him is what he'll get throughout the seed. So you get some really unique combinations. Like you see him throwing the fixed dice right now. Fixed dice actually isn't one of Yamaru's better things. His body slam is based off the battle power of the weapon he has on. So fixed dice is great for the RNG random attack, but his body slam will suffer from it. But if you can get a Lumina, a Ragnarok on him, even like a Sky Render, it just makes him skyrocket so fast.
Yeah, can we take a moment to appreciate that not only did Yeti target the right body part of the boss, but he did like a 5,000 damage roll. He's doing that on the right screen also.
Yeah, this should put to bed any anti-Yamaru slander for the rest of, forever. This experience right here.
Wait, Bosch also got a 5th character and didn't switch Yeti out.
Yeah, he got a Strago.
Then again, that is Strago. But
it was a tool Strago to be specific.
Well, Bosch at least thought about it because he peeked the tools. Nobodywar knew the assignment. He didn't even bother. It could have been Cloud. It could have been Titus. It could have been, whoever. He's not switching out his Yamaru for him.
Yeah, that was a runic Mog. Nasty.
Bosch putting a scimitar on Yeti.
Yeah, get creative with your Yamaru.
It was scary on this flag set. Because you have a zombie with a scimitar if he ever goes down.
Yeah,
But hey, he just has to never go down.
So we are kind of getting to that point where we have 6 characters on one screen, 5 on the other, but we also have 5 espers on both screens, to where floating continent becomes less and less appealing. Floating continent is better earlier than late. You don't want to go up there when you need less than 2 pieces of one type of progression, because if you need 1 character and you go up there and it's 2 characters, well, you just spend a lot of time for something you don't need, and then vice versa with espers. You don't go up there and need 1 espers, because if you leave with 3, it's not very, puts a very bad taste in your mouth. So that's why it's better earlier than later, and we are getting to that point to where now or never almost.
Yeah, I think Boshnasty is the one that would be going to Floating Continent, because nobodywar with the 6 characters, if he gets 2 characters, it's kind of a waste.
Mhm.
Unless he's
Well,
trying to go to Kefka skip, of course.
Yeah, we do have to skip on 8 characters, so wouldn't be sad about 8 characters at all. Yeah, it looks like nobodywar. His most dense check is Narsh, and Bosch's most dense check right now is Floating Continent.
Yeah, and keep in mind too, not only is Strigo the character awful, all of his checks suck as well. So that puts him, both runners even more inclined to fade Strigo stuff, and then do the 1 check that gives you possibly 3 pieces of progression.
Yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think nobodywar is saved in quite a while.
You did say Fearless.
Yeah.
Okay, finally gonna get his shurikens.
There we go, nice. We don't really need those Phoenix Downs right now. We do need those Revivifies. There we go.
He might bind the Phoenix Downs for undead enemies later on.
Yeah, it's funny how the 2 items switch roles, so Phoenix Downs become the undead nukes, and Revivifies become the Phoenix Downs.
It's in the mountains somewhere. He's got it. There we go.
And yeah,
Like the GPS was a little off on the airship.
so Bosch is gonna pick up his Mog, then he'll have to decide: am I going to the Narsh? Am I going to the Floating Continent? Yeah, I think Bosch and both runners they're getting to the point where is either FC now or FC never, or not FC until you're forced to go there. But I like anybody that finds the Mog. I kind of like them checking out the Narsh, because I think FC would have been better about 4 or 5 checks ago.
Well, it's really going to depend on what's in this Mog, because this Mog is essentially a mini floating continent. But we could possibly get more dead checks because we don't have any nothing guaranteed up here. But this is 3 checks really fast, back to back to back. So we'll see. He could walk out of here, at 9 characters. He could walk out of here at 6 characters, 9 espers. He could walk out of here still possibly 6 and 6, but we'll see here in a minute.
Don't put that evil into the air. We're not leaving his 6 and 6. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think he's going to get at least 1 esper up here.
I've had some heartbreaker Narshes in my life, but
Ooh, that's Setzer.
fantastic character to get as your 7th character or as like your last character. Yeah, we got Skip.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, and Setzer give you some quick Magicites if you want.
Schwant's predicting we're going to swap out Yamara for Zetz here. Please don't ever follow
Is
Schwantz.
nobody-
Don't listen to his
okay.
advice.
I was gonna say, is
Yeah, he's
nobody
not-
going to let Go drop here? Because I could definitely see him doing that. But that was not the case.
I don't think you do it because you go grab your Zetzer and that gives you skip. There is a really strong chance with Zetzer's checks that you stumble into another character anyways, and but I still don't think so because Strago could be Zetzer could be 3 espers, 3 dead checks, some combination of the 3, and you really don't want to have to end up going to Zonia or something for your skip.
Nobodywar is gonna have an important routing decision to make. You have so much of the game still open to him, and so he's gonna decide: does he jump right into Moogle defense blind, or is he leave and do faster checks? It feels like every time I'm in this situation, I regret whichever decision I make. You don't go Moogle defense, and it turns out I should have went, or I do go, and it was nothing. And it's a kind of coin flip you always got to make whenever, you're done with Magicites, or you're done with characters, or you're done with your skip, and Moogle defense is looming. Because you can't save before you peek the check. You got to just do it.
Yeah, it's the longest walk in the game. I don't want to hear about Kefka's Tower walk when you got to walk from Marvis's house to the save point. It takes all of 10 seconds, but it feels like it takes 10 hours. So never do it, and it never backfires. That's my thoughts on that. We got Daddy Luma at spot the Kefka Nosh part, which is no joke whatsoever. Yumaro could take this down by himself if he wanted to. But again, the real question here, if he hops right into the Moogle defense, bypasses his opportunity to save, and then gets walled by a Magimaster or a more dangerous boss than a Daddy Luma.
I mean, if he gets walled by a Magimaster, he's got Umaro, and Umaro can take out the Magimaster.
Yeah, audience is not pleased with Bosch. He did not pet the puppy.
So AJS, it doesn't matter if Nobodywar took Yumaro, or if he took whatever the Lone Wolf have. The opposite will be in the World of Ruin cave, where you get Mog in the middle game and the Moogle Charm. So whichever one you don't take is always back there in that spot, whether it's the character or what Lone Wolf has to offer, or
Not putting Setzer in.
Right. He put Setzer in?
He's not putting Setzer in.
Oh, okay.
Going straight into Moogle.
Yep, there we go. That man, again, Nobodywar hasn't saved in a while. I don't think he's saved since Doma Dream. But he's going for it.
He don't need a save. His enemies need a save because he's on a rampage right now.
Yeah.
As soon as he killed one monster, he has not stopped killing stuff. It's been 30 minutes absolute savagery from Nobodywar.
Yeah. You can't win races being afraid. You can definitely lose them. So no point in leaving meat on the table. Take it all while you can.
I think boshnasty just peeked the Cult of Kefka Tower before he went to Doma Dream.
Oh, what was at the tower?
I did not see. I just saw him leave it.
Oh well, since he left it, I'm assuming it's a Majesty.
Yeah, it wasn't a character. It was just a ghost. So that's going to be an Esper. If he needs to find a 10th Esper, that's the place where he knows a 10th Esper will be.
Yeah, it's a situation where I would.
This is fine. This is fine. We got this. We got Berserk. I'm sure of it.
Well, it doesn't matter. We have Quasar, we have Throw, we have Sortex 7, and we have Yeti. This is not a big deal.
This is fine. This is why you never slave, ladies and gentlemen. Persevere, and the gods will reward you. And they are rewarding nobody worth all of this experience.
I believe he also gives a Mega Elixir, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he also gives a Mega Elixir as vanilla drop. So as long as the drops aren't shuffled, you'll get a Mega Elixir for your troubles. He's very well positioned to get through this. He just needs to do what he's doing now. Just trigger wall changes with his attacks to kind of eat up Magimaster's turns. Yeah, Yumaro with the pancake right into Magimaster's face.
Magimaster has not moved he's moved one time since this fight has started.
Yeah, out comes Merton, and that's, as you can see, Nobodywar had essentially almost 7 turns off before he even did 1 turn, and
Magimaster's never getting another turn.
Yeah.
That was his last chance. Yeah. Weight tricking. Yeah, Quasar sure. Magimaster's never getting another turn.
Yeah, I was a little worried there whose Quasar that was, but no need to fear. Yeah,
this will be the poof. Oh, Yeti stole a kill.
Yeah. Yumaro doing what Yumaro does, leading the charge.
With the dice tackle. And they had a coin flip of whether to do Moogle defense or not. It paid off. That was a straight up Majesty.
Yeah. And the Nobodywar train keeps on going. He does have 1 warp stone from a chest he opened. Does he remember it? Yes, he does. Nice.
It's one of those things where even if you don't think you have a warp stone, you still look just because that walk's so long. He's like, I'll be in denial a little bit and check anyway. Out of sleeping bags.
So
we're out of sleeping bags.
He saved.
So just to follow up there, Magimaster actually can't cast Quasar with your ability scaling is elemental. It's only fire, lightning, and ice, and then on the other turns it's bio or mute or doom for the off turns. This is a Kefka tower dive here.
Oh yeah.
So
So
while the scaling's low, he's gonna bop one of the statues.
he could the death flag for or the death counter for Magic Master is on. He could counter with Quasar if he's in the middle of the scaling, but just not as in one of his regular turns.
Very true. Yes, that is
Okay,
the
so
only.
that's-
Yeah, that's the only time. You're absolutely right.
So nobodywar, he's gonna go bop this Infernal spot, bop Guardian, bop the statue, warp out, go and get the rest of his unlocked, then skip back in.
Yeah. He's not, as long as he doesn't take the Toilet Atma spot or the Dragon, he won't push the scaling up any here. So he's essentially going to give himself a bunch of levels, go get 3 more Espers, and come back in and then blow out the candles and put this cake to bed.
I think he should do the dragon.
Get
I think he should do the dragon because he'll have auto shell for the statue fights. Auto shells work more than the +3 levels you would give him.
Yeah, that's true. He does need to do at least one more Dragon to start kicking in some of those buffs. 4 is debatable, but since he's going to walk literally right past one, that's perfectly fine.
The Marshal. Sadly, you can't samurai a samurai. They've been a samurai longer than you. So since he took out the Marshal, he's gonna have to trade deaths with one of them. So they gotta do the trade-off. So you have to fingers crossed that he blocks him. If he has Phantom or Vanish, he could use that.
I think nobodywar has Golem, so if we could
He
use
does?
Golem here, you could prevent that. But I don't think he's.
Oh, Golem was on Cyan that got stopped, wasn't it? There's one trade-off.
Oh, that's a little dangerous because
Well, either way, he's gonna win the fight. Just a little bit of wasted experience. But fight's done. Block? Nope.
we're all right.
The 2 Vigor carries got the experience.
Yeah, we're about to get a whole lot more experience, so it's okay if they miss out on that 19k. Yeah, a fun fact about experience in Worlds Collide is that even though we're at the 43-minute mark, almost nobodywar there could potentially still get more experience now from just the rest of the fights he does than he did the entire fights combined. So if he were to open one of these chests in this experience egg, that could still greatly benefit him, just because, again, he may stumble across more experience total than he has the entire seed so far, just from doing a few fights.
Just realized something that I hope I'm wrong about. I think nobodywar just made a huge mistake.
What was that?
I don't think he has any warp stones.
Oh no, he doesn't, unless he knows the warp spell.
I don't think he does. Yeah, maybe he does.
Well, if he realizes it, he can still switch back to one of his characters right here and grab the crane and get out. But if he goes any farther, it's gonna be quite a trek.
Yeah, I reverse walked out of here the other day. It's a substantial walk.
It takes about 3.5 minutes to get from about where the spot where the poltergeist is standing to get all the way back to a crane. Luckily, his middle party is going. 1, his middle party is a strong party, and 2, he already took out the ambush spot. But again, it's just going to be a 3.5 minute time sink for him. He doesn't realize it here.
Nasty going up to get his go-go and possibly Setzer. Still don't know what's on Setzer. He never even checked him.
Oh yeah, we still got Search the Skies and Coal Engine in the pocket.
He's persevering. While he's in there, unless he starts checking some espers for some warp spell.
It's possible he just has warp. Yeah.
Yeah, warp is one of those things where you get it and then you just warp stones entirely leave your mind. And for his sake, I hope that's the case. But no, he's going on up. He's doing a full party clear. And Bosch is going to get his skip here as well. He's going to be at 8 and 7 when he is done with this. I don't know if Bosch is as well equipped for the Magic Master that's waiting for him underground, or excuse me, in the other side of Narsh in a cave somewhere. But we will see.
At the very least, he's done Doma Dream, and he has a thrower up, so he has enough to get by. Just depends on if Magic Master pops off too hard or not.
That is true, but nobodywar also has a Minerva I don't think Bosch has found. And that Minerva is game-changing versus Magic Master, because it basically means unless he souls you with a Doom, he can't kill you.
I regret to inform you, he just unequipped everything off of Yeti.
Oh no. Oh no, I hope he no saves in that Magic Master now. Okay, good, he's back, he's back. Oh no, get him out of here, get him out of here. Oh no.
Kefka at Narsh.
What a mistake.
Yeah, it's the dice Setzer coming in. Good old reliable Setzer.
What a mistake.
Even though Setzer killed me the other day. But...
No, I think this is Soratek or Throgo with Gogo.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. He wants that crack Go-Go.
It's a mistake.
Boshnasty found that experience egg that nobodywar doesn't have. His Cyan is already level 48, so transfer that experience egg onto Gogo. Easy money.
Well, looks like we're in Go-Go mode.
Ooh, gold helmet, but not gold hairpin there.
Looks like you're gonna get the potion phase here.
One of the runners.
Data Loma didn't want to take his turn. Yep.
So where was the experience egg that Bosch has that nobodywar doesn't?
Oh, his returner's hideout.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I saw when nobodywar went to do his lone wolf that he hadn't looted Narsh. So he may have looted out or bolted out on a lot of stuff at the beginning and just started going.
Yeah, it's one of the first chests that might be the first chest that Bosch opened. It's a good old reliable experience egg. But nobodywar is not gonna miss the levels if he's doing this 4 down the middle, 2 and 2 on the sides. And
So
if you could beat, I always say if you could beat the statues, you could beat Kefka. And I think he could beat the statues.
we got Tri-Tuck at the Guardian spot. This is going to be a little trouble to nobodywar at this stage.
And
So-
Setzer's in. Yeah, you just had the go for one fight. Good old reliable Setzer's in.
So he's
Oh,
noping.
Bosch knows what offering is. That's why he put Setzer in.
He grabs the bucket. Is he going back up for his Magic Master? Nope, he's bolting out of Moogle defense.
Yeah, I think he was worried it was going to be dead or another character, and he could have saved and peeked, but I think he wants to do like the fast Setzer stuff, such as
Yeah, that's
That-
Palador. That's Esper number 8.
yeah, he knows what that offering is, so I think he put Setzer in. Just figured, yeah, Setzer he'll be the third statue solved. And we got our first statue fight of the night.
So I'm looking through Bosch's Espers, and I don't see warp on a single one of them. So that means nobodywar most likely doesn't have warp, and he's gonna have to walk on out of here.
Yeah, hopefully he walks out of the right side. I find that hook appears the fastest on the right side. Although I don't know which lane is the shortest walk backwards. Don't know which one goes to the least amount of rooms.
The fastest one to get back is the ambush, the Inferno ambush side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so not only is that the shortest walk, but also that's the way the hook appears the quickest.
Boshnasty appears to have found some behemoths in the sky, which search for skies.
Yeah, that senior behemoth is not long for this world anymore.
Oh, he's not sacrificing the turn unzombify Yeti. These 3 characters are enough to finish the seed, so they're not gonna put down offense. Get this poltergeist down before he does something cute.
That should be a single target flare star on the Minerva realm and does nothing. Oh, Yumaro, even when Yumaro was zombified, he's so amazing.
Boshnasty getting fallen ones by SR Behemoth. Thank God we could just cleave the second half of that and be out of there.
Ooh, Search Disguise is dead.
Yeah, see a little twinkle. The way too late cat of it. So where's he gonna get these last 2 rocks from? Yeah, we know Moogle defense, but real talk, he ain't never going back though.
I don't see him going back to Moogle defense at this.
So what does he have left? Yeah, Zone Eater. All of Strago's stuff.
Yeah, I think nobodywar is realizing now the bad news. Or he's gonna at least, peek at statue and then go out.
Yeah, that's a good play. You got
There's-
hard count or whatever the statue is.
There's Daryl's tomb available.
But yeah, he's gonna save first so he could do the peek.
I don't think
Oh.
Nobody War knows how to get out.
Yeah, he does. He does. He's got to get everybody back on the switches.
I don't think he does. I think he's trying to figure it out right now.
Oh no.
So,
Yeah. So
in order... go ahead, Drinks.
yeah, basically what he needs to do is he needs to get all 3 party members back on the switch that they land on, like you coming from the skip, and then the stairs will be formed for his middle party to get out. But if you've never done that before, you've never done that before. But I know he's done that before because he's the one who taught me about it. He just probably hasn't done it in a very, very, very long time. That's a bummer. And he's probably gonna, for those with access to the race room, he's probably maybe saying something right now. It's important to nobody to tell him, because once this race is going on, it is up to his game knowledge. It is up to his skills. It is to what he does know and doesn't know to get through this. Yeah, it's not against any rules for him to, check some notes, go back to the wiki and look something up. You just do that at the benefit of your own timer. But as far as getting that information from somebody else, that's going to be off. That's going to be a no-no here. So let's see. I think that's probably what he's doing. That's what I would do here.
Boshnasty going to the floating continent, finding Vargas at the first boss stage.
Oh yeah, back to Bosch. So he's already committing to the floating continent. I like that play.
Well,
Did nobodywar just reset?
maybe.
Fortunately, I'm not in the race room.
No, he just straight up forfeited.
Aw.
That's unfortunate. He was having a hell of a run.
Yeah, he was. I know Boshnasty has experience taking, his levels are overwhelming, but nobodywar had a path to 10 Espers. He already had his middle lane cleared, and he had more than enough offense to get through Kefka. He just had to not let Boshnasty catch him.
Yeah, I think he was just a Yeah, you could have done like need to go to floating continent and try and get the Espers there, or get the free Setzer check. Yeah, maybe run up Fanatics. He had options to end this out clean, and he had that Poltergeist fight out of the way.
Yeah, and keep in mind, while this is guaranteed progression, we see 1 Esper already in the Boshnasty screen. There is nothing that guarantees that the next 2 spots are an Esper. He could be looking at a dead check and a character. And it's going to still take him another good 4 or 5 minutes to get through the rest of this part of Floating continent involves a lot of walking, 2 boss fights, and 2 random encounters, plus some animation time.
Yeah, but if he does get one more Esper, he's in go.
Yeah, he's good to go with skip,
Yeah.
unlock,
So
and all the power in the world.
so when he gets to his Atma weapon spot, he should be through with that battle about the 59-minute mark. And if that's an Esper, he can just walk on, jump back onto his airship, and go on about his way.
Yeah, no need to farm checks for the check skip. Go into the tower with the least amount of scaling you can and bob those statues and get this done.
Well, no, he's gonna be over. He's gonna be at least at 19 checks. So, but again, he has that experience sake. He has 3 amazing abilities. He even brought his go-go just to supplement some of those abilities. He is more than capable.
He did not bring his go-go as his Setzer, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep, but he can go pick up a fixed dice offering when he wants.
So the offering was in the monster in a box, I guess, in Narsh.
No,
They
it's
were-
in a shop to Zen.
Oh, okay.
Zen shop, I believe.
Yeah, so if I'm counting right, boshnasty is on 22 checks.
Oh, so his stuff's already level 50.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, scaling's capped already.
Well, actually, no. He will be after floating continent. Right, he's got 2 more. So he's at...
Well, no, if he gets an Esper here, he can just walk out. He doesn't have to go to the end.
That's true. Because he's done all of Shadow, all of Cyan, both of Realm, so that's... Yeah. And
He would essentially be down to Moogle Defense or Strago's awful stuff.
Ultros 1 didn't stand a chance.
We're out of here.
Skip at 57 minutes. That's very impressive.
Let's see. He got calmness protection. He has mute because he got that lower sour mount. The seed's a done deal.
I've noticed like 2 or 3 of the Espers that they found have flare on them.
Yeah, with some of the spells being booted out, such as Fire 3, Fire 1 through 3, and Ice 1 through 3, you do see a little more repeat spells than you would in a regular seed. Oh yeah, and Merton. So you have 7 spells out of the 54 off of the board, so that leaves 47 to be available. And what is it, 2 to 5 that can be on an Esper at any time? So once you get to 10 Espers, you can have anywhere from 20 to 50 spells across on there. It's not uncommon to have a couple repeats.
Yeah, I've seen repeat spells. Flare, that's one to spell to have.
So sending a realm on our own instead of the Setzer. Doesn't want to rely on the dice. Oh, well, I guess one option Realm has is good multi-summon Bahamut. This flag set does have infinite summons.
Yeah,
That'll be fun during Kefka. You could golem every tier.
You can golem, you can Venom, you can Fenrir every tier. And the nice thing about Bahamut, and really try talking to some extent some of the other Espers as well, is that there's no warn rate. You just equip it and you can cast it.
Yeah, don't forget about it. Alexandre. Alright, we got plenty of answers to this thing.
So this is going to be his Setzer and his Cyan versus Poltergeist, but again, I think he's more than capable for it. He didn't go get his offering for his Setzer, so he's just going to throw and single target this fixed dice.
Yeah, knowing now that Setzer wasn't going solo, the offering's not worth it, because you're not going to offering dice final Kefka. You only need it for the statue, but he already knew it was going to be paired with one of his carries. So, doesn't really need Setzer to do anything other than toss out a dice like every now and then, get a lucky hit. So yeah, I agree with not necessarily getting an offering if you're not going to send Setzer by himself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, offering dice on Kefka just feels like a waste, except for like tier 4. You'd rather just aim the dice specifically at what you want to hit, because the fight's more of a puzzle than anything. So you want to be able to go, aim where your hits go. and not have to deal with the randomness of the damage. You want to know exactly when you're hitting him and exactly, when the next hit's gonna kill.
It's a vanilla Setzer.
Yeah, vanilla sets of fighting this vanilla poltergeist. Yeah, you don't need offering when you get dice rolls like that. 8100. And 4 shields taken at Merton like it's nothing. Fight's a wrap. Even if he pulled out Ultima right now, Cyan wouldn't go down. Yeah, W win, don't matter.
So this is gonna put Team GrandTrain up 1-0. Bosch will definitely finish through this. It's just a matter of it may take him a time or two. Because nothing is ever guaranteed in this life. But so looking ahead a little bit, we got Blizzard versus Fury Blizzard versus Scarcerer. Fury Blizzard is 7-0, Scarcerer 4-3. I'm trying to find if they have scheduled their match yet.
Oh, Setzer, he had a chance to kill Cyan with the zombie dice, but we lucked out. And that fight really turned around on the last 2 turns. I might have called GG too early. It shows no estimate worlds collide. It'll find a way to kill you.
No, he's got that.
Level 61 Cyan.
I guess 61 is enough. Taking off the experience egg.
I think 61 is a fair level to shoot for.
You know what? Not too bad. You can tell he hasn't done a lot of shopping, which is fine, because he has no relics to put on anybody. But he just recognized he had power and went. And squeak out a few more levels on Realm with the EXP egg.
Yeah, he just has the 1 earring, so you might as well. Not like you get anything from not doing it.
Yeah, he doesn't have Ultima, so he doesn't quite need to go hairpin. I think he has enough MP to get through a fight without any ethers. So what would be problematic is, I guess both bosses have their problematic things, but I was gonna say Doom because of the auto reflect things. Oops. So you got
Well, his Minerva is gonna negate anything Goddess throws at him. Yeah. So that said,
so he just has to worry about 9 elemental magic and doing a multi-summon Bahamut. Okay, yeah, that's why he put Realm in by herself instead of Setzer. Auto summon Bahamut just solves all 3 statues.
Yeah. So, question from not the chat, just my own curiosity. Honeydew. What was on the plate? Was it pancakes?
Pot roast.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it came out fire. So, this fight is a little awkward when you got Yeti chest bumping against Goddess. But if he gets a love token, that's his problem to deal with.
Maybe nobodywar didn't realize this is a multi-summon because he only fired out the 1 Bahamut and then did a much less damaging flare.
Oh wait, does he know multi-summons on? You might have thought he could only cast it once.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he cast it once in Mimic.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He's not aware. Or he's misremembering. But it doesn't matter too much. He is through with his goddess fight.
Oh, could also been worried about MP issues because Gogo doesn't have an item command, so he had to win the fight with that amount of MP. Or have Realm throwing ether at herself.
Well, as soon as Yumaro did the body slam for 3K, he just needed to do 3 Bahamut's to get through it, and he has 500 MP. And Bahamut is going to be about 90 MP to summon. Yeah, she got 700 MP. I think he just forgot.
Yeah. Having to learn 3 flag sets from this for this event could be a bit overwhelming. Each flag set has like its own unique flavors, its own little, you know, own little traits. It could be a bit to keep up with, and every now and then something slips your mind. Like I at one time had one of my official Doom seeds where I kept trying to I kept trying to learn Ultima from a Paladin shield, and you can't do that on a Doom flag set. It's like there's always some little thing you're gonna forget. Heading into our final statue fight.
All the statues were in the vanilla place, if I'm correct.
Yes, indeed.
Yep. Yes, indeed. The odds of that happening are. Anybody? Chat? Honeydew?
Yeah,
Man?
I would assume 1 in 6, but funny enough, I've never had it happen to me.
I think it's 1 in 9.
Yes, indeed. It is 1 in 9.
Nice. So this is gonna push him. Either this one or the next one's gonna push him out of the end cross phase. Once he doesn't have end crosses to worry about.
Oh no. That was
Once
only
he
like
doesn't have
21K.
end crosses to worry about. Yeah, once he doesn't have end crosses to worry about, he's gonna be good.
Shadow. That's gonna be a problem.
Phase 2. We're safe.
Alright, so pop quiz, Avane. What element is Doom weak to?
Doom is weak to Pearl until he does the whole green to protect against it.
Yep,
And-
yes indeed. He
Doesn't he have
It-
another one, or is that the only one?
well, he absorbs ice. He's weak to Pearl. So that makes the Excalibur like so if he had his throw Cyan, well his throw Cyan's gonna do quad 9s anyway. But it makes it really nice if you do your goddess fight in this flag set, you get your Excalibur, and then like say like his Mog was like level 30 that he found late and had throw. You can throw that Excalibur in his face and it does a very, very, very nice amount of damage.
Doom is weak to getting hit in the face.
Yeah, he was doing.
Also absorbs poison. Had to find that out when I had to try and fight him with a party that only had Ice 3 and Bio.
And
Bad
so
times.
Bosch is done with all of his statues. He's going to begin his final Kefka fight around the 110 minute mark. That is very impressive for a goddess seas because these can throw a wrench in a lot of runners' plans.
Yeah, normally there's such a lack of offense in this, but starting party they had.
Yeah, not to commentator's curse, but I should probably stop right here. But
No, keep going.
not to commentator's curse, but I'm feeling sub 80. In fact, I'll
Yeah.
go one step further. I'm gonna say this is a 118.10.
I'm going to say 119.07.
Yeah, have any guesses in the chat?
So, a fun game, ladies and gentlemen, we like to play. And Worlds Collide is not only Worlds Collide, which is a fun game in itself, but when our first runner reaches the final Kefka boss, we like to predict their time to complete the fight, all 4 tiers. The timer officially starts at the church bell at the start of the fight. The end of the fight is the crack pow on tier 4 final Kefka. The times will run between there. When we officially get that church bell, we'll throw it in the chat and get your predictions. Let's see how long this is going to take. How long this is going to take.
It's gonna be some very easy math if he starts right at 110. Okay, a little bit off.
I think he'll be done at 119.27.
Oh, he took Strago in instead of Realm.
Oh no, that's a mistake, but I don't think it's going to cost him too much. And 110, or excuse me, 1010 is the start time. And I'm going to say.
So I guess I got 8 minutes on the dot for my guess. Did you just prices
8:07.
right me?
I may have, may not. I don't know.
It definitely prices right at me. It's 3 seconds below my guess.
So we are very well equipped to get through this fight very fast. Oh no.
Oh, you killed him on purpose.
I actually didn't have to do that. Oh, that is what a fortunate turn of events. Now that Strago cannot friendly target his party anymore because he has turned to stone, that is great teamwork between Tier 1 and Setzer right there. You love to see it.
Yeah, sometimes the game got your back. So
But,
Tech will wrap up this tier, reset the countdown timers.
Yeah, that was a very, very, very quick Tier 1 for boshnasty.
And Strago's going to get replaced possibly by Realm now.
I think it may be like a couple of characters because I don't think he put Realm at spot 5. And
It's
Realm's
not going to be
probably
Gogo or
on the list.
Umaru because they always at the bottom.
Yeah, so it may be Mog and then Realm. I may have that backwards. Realm may be in front of Mog.
Oh, I was wrong. I thought Gogo was below Realm.
He may have just put 5, 6, 7 and just clicked away. I'm not even hyper aware of what I do sometimes in that exact scenario. After you get the first 4 down, or you think you got your first 4 down, so it's entirely possible.
I guess what's Realm really doing for us? Throwing out a bolt 3 every now and then.
Yeah, who needs her? Get on out of here. We got this. If anything, we need more Umaru in the party.
Gogo just mimic a throw for like 5,000 damage.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, smart of Bosch here to wait tricks so those timers don't click down too close for comfort.
Yeah, because Tiger Face is gonna be in his. Tiger Face is down. I was gonna say Tiger Face is gonna be in his little mini rage mode. Oh wait, was Realm the one with lore? If so, that took away his sour melt.
And other than the mute, you can see his Cyans doing quad 9s. His shadow are almost breaking the damage cap every turn. You really don't need 4 characters all acting. You just need 2 or 3 because there's not enough time for all of them to act. So there's no sense to have 4 characters act when you can let another character act again. That's going to do more damage. So even though obviously you rather have Realm there as a worst case scenario, that's why this isn't much of a detriment to Bosch at all.
Yeah, I'm starting to antidote a few people. That's getting ready for Fallen 1 later. You don't want the Fallen 1 and the Poison Tick to happen at the same time. And skipping Fallen 1 might be a little difficult when you're trying to Sword Tech 7. Especially when it's your 4th party member trying to Sword Tech... Oh wait, no, man. It'd be the 3rd party member trying to Sword Tech 7. Yeah, sometimes it's tricky to get it off before the Fallen 1.
Yeah, Sword Tech, unless your character's been sitting on a speed Esper the entire game, there's a decent chance you only get 1 or 2 turns with that Sword Tech 7 off. You definitely can't get all 4 consistently, especially if you have like a Cyan Sword Tech or a Strago Sword Tech who have very inherent low speed.
Yeah, so I agree with taking the time to antidote everybody. That was the play. Yeah, good foresight. He's thinking 2 tiers ahead.
A little dangerous here because this Setzer does only have 711 HP.
Yeah, back row with autosave though. So fingers crossed he doesn't get punched like 4 times. Yeah, back row autosave. Yeah, he's fine.
False alarm.
He could take all 10. It looks like he's gonna try to get all 10 on him.
So we are at the 1 hour 15 minute mark, and we're blazing through this.
Yeah, it reminds me, I misspoke earlier. I kept saying auto shell. I think it's auto safe on this full exit. Oh, it is auto shell. Oh, he has a pod bracelet. There we go. Thanks for the pancakes.
Hey Ben, what's your favorite type of
Pancakes.
pancake?
Me?
Yeah.
I used to work at IHOP. I don't eat a lot of pancakes anymore.
Yeah. Call me basic. but I like blueberry.
No, that's not basic at all. That's very fine cuisine, my friend.
Thank you.
So it took 3 tiers, but we finally got Realm in the party. She's joining, not a minute, just enough to cast Bahamut a time or two before we wrap this up. Absolutely nothing has gone wrong for boshnasty. In this fight, see, he got poison, but you know, small speed bumps on the path to victory.
Realm has all the white magic in the world.
Yep, and out comes his golem. Honeydew, what can stand between Bosch and tier 4 here?
Okay, let's see, he queues up a sword tech 7, gets Mertoned, Setzer turns to a zombie, quad 9 dice is Cyan, and Cyan sword tech 8's the party. Shadow sword tech 8's the party. None of that's happening.
You were halfway there with that prediction.
Yeah, his Zetzer did go down there. He triggered a Meteor counter, and luckily Shadow acted before. But Zetzer's AT bar was full. That could have went south there. You were never out of the woods with Auto Zombie. But I think, you know, absolutely nothing else can go wrong. That was about as scary as it's going to get. No Fallen 1, no Ultima, no nothing's going to come out here. We got this wrapped up in the bag.
We will see a Fallen 1, but Realm has really strong healing magic.
Plus, he didn't get his Mega Elixir because he bolted out of the Moogle defense, which was Magi Master. But again, no need. He doesn't need that. He just needs, you know, keep full attacks, and we're going on home.
Oh, he does have a Mega Elixir. You're dead check, probably.
I think it might have been in the chest.
Yeah, let's see, though. If he throws an in-game weapon, he'll get quad 9s. Maybe he skips Fallen 1. If not, he's sitting in the item menu ready. Yeah, not quite enough.
That's alright. Model Mega Elixir. This crisis averted.
Yeah, it's completely nothing.
So we are at about 29k worth of damage. Excuse me, 26k worth of damage. This is going to push us up to the Goner possible phase. And let's see if he counters up Goner. Yep, there it goes. And as we were saying, he has enough damage to get through this.
Yeah, even if he has to take a Goner, very next Shuriken throw is going to get him.
Yeah, so we need one more quad 9 to come out from Cyan, and then we are headed on home.
So with Auto Shell, this is going to do like, what, 850?
Oh, it's going to do next to nothing with his Auto Shell up.
It's going to tickle.
Yeah.
Tee.
Now, Ultima, on the other hand, if we're blessed enough to see it.
That's a wrap.
Oh, we are not. I apologize. We did our best. 1:18:53 is the final time for boshnasty. A very impressive showing. Nobodywar was rocking and rolling, but his little hiccup unfortunately led to a forfeit. But you give a runner like boshnasty a door, you crack it open, he's going to slam through it and take it on home.
Yeah, it's amazing race from both runners up. I would have loved to see it play out to the end, because I think they would have been on at least one tier of Kefka within each other.
He still hasn't done in the race room. Here we go.
Oh, you must have saw the forfeit and paused.
No, so if Bosch had forfeited himself, it would have been a draw. But again, no need.
Yeah, we got bars on the screen putting Kefka in jail.
Yep. So, Joanne, is he going to be joining us?
Let's find out.
Yeah, and we'll get to the bottom of why he took Yamaru out of the party, ladies and gentlemen.
You know why?
It was the right play to make, that's why.
You know why.
So that puts.
Oh, and we're
Team GrandTrain
joined by
up.
Bosch himself.
Oh, yep.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
With the hand banana avatar.
Oh, yes, you get it.
All right. So, congratulations on your win.
Good race.
Just a few hours after After the semifinals open, secured a win for your team. How you feeling right now?
Feeling good. I did a couple practice runs earlier, and when I hit up nobodywar, he was like, "Yeah, I'm actually free today." I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Let's just knock it out now." It was like, it's a goddess seed. I know they're always like the toughest thing about goddess seeds. Like the window of completion is definitely the widest margin. Like sometimes it's like you can do it in an hour 15. Sometimes it's like the best you could do is an hour 40. So, I mean, it just yeah, a lot of stuff came together in this one. I think starting with throw in this one, and I mean the first check being the shop that was at Shadow's check, the crazy guy house.
Mhm.
Having shurikens and a couple schemes to start you off kind of really just let you know, like, okay, you got your offense, like, go build up your gear. So this one went pretty smooth after that. A little extra looting at the start, but I did want to be safe and just make sure I wasn't going down, especially after the flag set debuffs kick in and you've got overcast and everything. But yeah, other than that, it was a super fun seed. Definitely challenging.
Yeah, man. Now you get to rest for the week. Wait on your teammates to wrap theirs up, but enjoy your race. Enjoy your rest. It was a well fought race. Played aggressive the whole time through.
Thanks. Yeah, I did have. I remember there was one or two fights where I was definitely like at the poltergeist fight. I remember specifically that I think I had enough damage to kill him, but I had to gamble. I wasn't sure because he did heal himself once with Merton, so my count was a bit off. But yeah, other than that, just tried to make some calculated moves. And yeah, what was the big hurdle that nobodywar ran into?
So, nobodywar went into Kefka's tower and did a full right lane clear.
Okay.
Around the time, by the time he was done, you were heading up the floating continent. But he didn't have any warp stones, and if you've never done it before, the way you walk out is you stand on all three switches, and the bridge reforms for the middle party. But unfortunately, he had forgotten that, and he couldn't get out. So so that was when he took the forfeit.
I kind of thought he was like locked to go back for a moment.
Yeah, he thought he was soft locked.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but he.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, he was a pretty close race up until then. He went in there when he was like 8-7, and you were like 6-7 or 6-8. But he had his whole middle lane done, and then unfortunately,
Wow,
he used his last warp stone to get out of Yeti's chick.
Oh, yeah, I did feel the pressure like was kind of on as I got to that 5-5-6-6 because I felt like my pathing had gone a bit obscure. I didn't do any of like the triple checks yet, so I was, I'm kind of thinking like, oh, did I miss some key progress in those and not hitting up like Doma Dream early? So after getting that though and having it slowly fill out, I was glad that it just kind of did all work together. I believe I got Skip and the Esper at the same time too, didn't I? Or no, that's right. I had 8 characters well before the 10 Espers. But yeah, what was it? Setzer at Kefka Narsh's check. I was worried that might have been like kind of what got him on the unlock if he went for that earlier on, since it was tough to find a character. That maybe that's how he was able to kind of get a better pathing. But yeah, glad to see that. Didn't make too many mistakes. Definitely a solid run.
Oh yeah. Do you have any questions for our runner, Ravane?
Not really. You played a strong race. You explained.
How about you, Galoo? I know what you're dying to ask him.
Oh, I just got off the phone with the President of the United States. He demands to know. I demand to know. The chat demands to know. Why did you take Yamaru out of the party, boss? He was cooking. He was killing stuff while he was zombied for you. Things were going well. Y'all were forming an amazing partnership. It was a match made in heaven, and you betrayed us all. Not once, but twice.
He always blows it in the big fight, though.
Never one time has he ever.
Once I got Setzer, like that was actually kind of a big pivot moment because once I saw that Setzer, after actually getting Go-Go up there as character 7, so I'm like, all right, I'm getting Skip with Setzer, and I have someone that's high enough level now to where I could throw dice on them and they're viable right away, just to cut down the unpredictability, of course. Otherwise, I'll leave Go-Go in the finals. How's that sound?
Sounds awful.
Yeah, there's no in between we yet. Either you love him a lot or you hate him a lot.
Yeah,
I'm not quite in the loving camp.
Yeah, he worked really well this time. Had a couple big rolls, he definitely had some nice shots. I remember he targeted what was it, the fire boss, Flame Eater, hit him for like a 4-5-6 roll for like 4,500, and it was a 2-shot boss that could have been a lot more annoying. So he definitely saved me some valuable time here and there, but I felt like he was due to kind of have his big fumble. And honestly, again, with this Goddess Seed, just the moment he gets zombied, like even if you could kind of, do that laddering effect where you just kind of revivify each person in turn as they all start dropping to the countdown, having Umaro be that one that could just instantly make 2 people dead just makes it really risky.
All right, so one thing we talked about at the beginning of the seed was the biggest identity of Goddess Seed is the fact that you start with 4 characters. Sometimes you have like 15, 20 different checks open to you. When you saw your first 4 characters, which I believe was Shadow Cyan Realm and Umaro, how did you go about routing it?
That's right. It was a little confusing. Where did I start with that? Well, once I saw that I had Throw, I believe the first thing I did was Owzer's House. Is that correct? Because I knew that at that point I would at least have grind fights. I had the treasure chest fights for extra grind fights. And if that didn't work, I could just throw off the Moogle Charm at that point and take a few more into that boss. So I figured that was going to be where I did pretty much all of my level fighting, and from there just kind of cruise. Like I said, the checks did get a little weird because right when I got, I believe, the Flare spell off the Esper, I think, leaving there, I hopped right down to a Dragon to learn Flare, and then went right to Cyan's Dragon check to start pivoting the Flare spell in case that was going to be the more viable of my damage options in fights. But after things started to clean up with Throw, and you saw there were a couple fights where I was actually kind of just sitting there, like twiddling my thumbs, waiting for Cyan's ATB gauge to fill up, because his damage was just so it definitely was a bit of like a tier above 2 of the other members. So it was I was like losing time and saving time. It felt like it was a weird offset. But after that, I went to Umaro for that quick 3rd dragon, and I really tried to pivot, route in the 4th. If you remember, I checked Strako's Fanatic Tower to try and go for dragon number 4. But when I saw it wasn't a character, and that's what I was really kind of hard up on at that point, I decided to head elsewhere, and I think that's when I went to Mog and kind of closed everything out after that.
It's so tempting to go for that 4th dragon, but a lot of part of randomizers is knowing when to be greedy and knowing when not to be greedy, and as you demonstrated by your flawless climb, you had enough power, so pulling the trigger on going in without the 4th dragon, that was the play. It worked out fine.
Yeah, thank you. It was and again, I definitely almost blew a fight or 2 in there, especially on statues, because that timer, just forgetting about your ATB bar, and this Goddess is the one seed that really makes sure you pay attention to weight tricking, because you queue up 3 flares or something, and she's in the middle of using a move. You might not have a chance to freeze the timer for 20 seconds, and all of a sudden you got 3 guys with 8 seconds left, and you're like, all right, well, we better win right here, or it's over. So that can get pretty nerve-wracking. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's definitely just a challenging seed. But honestly, just like my last my previous race, actually, Throw makes everything a little bit easier.
Yeah, amazing routing, very efficient boss fights. Does anybody else have any questions for our runner?
No more questions for me. GG's again, Bosch. Thank you for racing for us tonight. No, it's can be a little intimidating to get on the island of relevancy in front of the world, but we appreciate you doing that for us. Swans, Avan, do we have anything else for Bosch before we let him go?
Congratulations on your win.
Thanks very much, man. Thank you guys again also for hosting and just getting these races online. It's always fun to watch and always study, see what the other guys are doing, new strategies. Definitely fun to be a part of the community.
All right, amazing playing. Have a good night.
Thank you, man. Take care, guys.
Yeah, and before we go, is there anything you want to plug? You want to pancake, honey? I mean, plug before we go.
Anything I want to pancake? All I gotta say is keep your eyes out on the Discord for announcements for the other 5 races for this week. I believe we might only have don't know if we have any of the next 5 races scheduled, but they will be sometime this week.
So tomorrow night will be Gar versus Jackamus.
Oh, you can't miss
and
that one.
Yeah, so Gar, representing Team GrandTrain, which is what Bosch was a part of, can potentially close out one half of the semifinals before the other half even gets going. So that will be huge. Plus, we have the rest of the semifinals. We will try to get aired, if not aired, at least podcasted later on after they're done. So.
Oh yeah, you guys cannot miss that match tomorrow night. Like, don't watch Monday Night Raw. Come watch Gar and Jack. That's gonna be a bloody affair.
Yeah, no Dancing with the Stars tomorrow night either.
There you go. But yeah. Everybody tune in throughout the week. We're down to 4 teams. Every game matters. And It's gonna be the most intense competition we've had all tournament. And love to see each and every one of you there with us.
Yeah, so Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming. So that'll be Tybalt versus Lunar Chimera. So that's the one of the other races here. It looks like we might have an 8 p.m. Eastern Thursday for Fiery Blizzard versus Scarcer, just confirming in the scheduling. And then Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, will be Narvs versus PB&J Plez. So we've got a bunch of races already scheduled. And we also have some other cool events coming up. We have 2 charity marathons that we're a part of. Saturday, March 16th at 12 noon Eastern will be a 2v2 co-op multi-world race for Multithon to benefit Blue Path Service Dogs, providing service dogs to people with autism. And then on Friday, March 29th at 7:45 p.m. Eastern is our Worlds Collide showcase at Randothon 2024 to benefit NAMI, or the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So got a lot of awesome stuff coming up, throughout the weekend and also later this month too.
Yeah, there's always something going on with this community. So advise everybody, visit ff6worldscollide.com, join our Discord, keep an eye on the announcements tabs, the events tabs. Got a lot of wonderful players that do a lot of charity work. Racing almost every day. There's always going to be entertainment. There's always going to be something going on. It's a wonderful community. So even if you don't intend to be a speedrunner, just play a few seeds for fun, join in, watch us at all our events. You're going to have a good time. It's an absolutely amazing community.
And very active, I have to say.
Yes, indeed.
Well,
oh yeah, and huge shout outs to Avane. His first night on the commentary for this game. It was wonderful having you.
It was great to be here. It's fun to actually be a part of it rather than just watching it on YouTube.
Hope to see you much more.
That's the plan. Outside from work, of course.
Yeah, we try not to burn ourselves out, but at the same time, we want to make sure we give the people what they want. And for some people, it is Umaro, and then for others, it is taking Umaro out of the party as soon as they can. But thank you guys so much for doing commentary, for Honey stepping in, Drinks Glue stepping in as well. Avane, excellent job on your first time here. Myself for pushing the buttons behind the scene. I don't think we have anything else. So thanks to everybody for putting on the show, including the runners. Can't have the races without the runners, and that'll do it for us. Until next time, everybody, peace out.
Till next time. Semifinals week just getting started. Started off lit, it's about to get more lit. Keep on watching.